What's up, all you out there in Guitar Jams land? We're going to do a little more rhythm today. What we're going to do, we're going to take some chords, we're going to spice them up with little lead runs, little single note flares. As always, Marty's got some stuff below. Click the links as I drop my guitar, and you'll never be disappointed. So let's get to this. Alright, so that little opening bit was a song I've got coming out on an album. What we're going to do is just take a real quick little deal here, the very beginning of the song, in A. And what we're going to do is we're just going to add some open string runs in there, kind of pull out of the scale and just play over some chords. So the beginning has a little riff. It goes like this. It goes. So what you're going to do is you're going to hit an A, and then you're going to come up and catch a G. So that's G, and then you're going to go 2 and 3 on the A string, and then back to the A open, so it's. Now you're going to go to the D string, 4th fret, and give a pull, a half step. So you're sounding like this note right here. And then you're going to slide up and you're going to go 5, 4, 2. And in between each note, you're going to hit an open G. So we got. So it's. Again, that's open G. And then 3 and 4 on the A. Now you're going to hit the G again, but now you're going to fret it on the 2nd fret, 1st finger. So we got. Oops, sorry. Good. You can either pull off and then start over. And then I'm just going to slide down farther and pull right out of that scale. So now I'm going to go down to the 7th fret. Same thing. And now, except for the 3 and 4, now I'm going to go 4 and 5. So when I do that, when you're in an A chord and you want to mess around and add some cool little riffs, you can always pull out of the A major pentatonic. And you can also pull out of the A minor pentatonic, but I like to fuse stuff together. So like a fusion would be. So, you know, you got both major and minor when you go like this. So that's right out of the A major chord. And then the rest is pentatonic, A minor. So these are all ways you can incorporate little single note runs into your rhythm playing of your song. So that's 4, 5, and then I'm going to catch that 2nd fret G string, and then. So that's just a little riff intro from one of the tunes I'm doing. So that's just incorporating stuff out of A major and A minor pentatonic. But let's just randomly think of something. So we got. So again, what I'm doing is I'm fusing those two major and minor pentatonics together, and I'm playing straight out of an A, and then I'm just going, I'm sorry, on the D string. And then, so I'm using all these chromatic notes too. So we got. You go up and grab that G note, so we got. So you can incorporate open strings. So that's, and then I'm pulling down on that G to an E and then back into A. That's just out of minor pentatonic, so that's the 8th fret of the B and the G. And then you're bending up the G and B on the 7th fret. And then going to the G and B on the 5th fret. So we got. All sorts of stuff, right? Let's do some E. So what you can do is you can find out where there's different E chords on the guitar. So you got, right, here's another E. You got this shape, right? So out of that E, there's. So all I'm doing is I'm going to the 5th fret B, 4th fret G, and I'm going right out of that E shape. I'm just using that shape and hammering on notes just right outside of it. So we got. And then I'm going to the 6th on the D, and sliding down to 4 and then to 2 on the D string. And then I'm going to hammer on the A string 2 to 4. And then if you want to get extra fun, go down to the low E string. That right there is just a hammer on the G, 1st fret, and then you're hitting the open E, high E. So that would be, now you go to the 2nd fret G string, 2nd fret high E, and then slide up, same position, 2 frets. That also gets you right back to that E. They're just pulling stuff right out of the E major scale. And then going to like a D. So what we were doing before in that A chord, that A progression would work too. And pull down on that G right back into that E. So we got. that's what it would sound like with no little embellishments. So right there, we're going to pull out of the E major pentatonic. Oftentimes when you hear all that Hendrix sort of stuff, so what we're going to do is, if you're on the 5th string version of the chord, which is at the 7th fret and the 9th fret, your major pentatonic scale is right where the 3rd finger is. It actually starts right here. So you can do all sorts of. And we'll do the same thing for each chords. Now, all I'm doing right there is I'm doing the same pattern you just saw me do in the E. So I'm just basically sliding from 9 to 11. And then doing the exact same pattern, but just down a whole step. And then to the A string. Same exact pattern that we're doing. And then going back down to open position. So we got. So you can do that. You hear that a lot in, Skinner type music. So what you're doing there is you're doing the same exact thing. You're just following the major scale for each chord. So this is E major. As soon as I go to D, and then to A. So we got. So those are just some ideas to incorporate lead and rhythm playing together to kind of spice up just a basic chord progression. People do that all the time. You got all the. Do that over A. That one's a cool one. You hear that in. All sorts of songs from, like Skinner stuff to Van Halen to all sorts of different bands. We'll use this out of A. And then what you're going to do is you're going to slide up 4th fret, D string. And then catch the 5th fret, D string, 5th fret, B string. And then slide down to 3rd fret, B string, 4th fret, A. And then Hit that open G in there too, so it. So again, just take basic major or minor chord progressions. If you're in minor, go out a minor pentatonic. Taking all out of E minor pentatonic. That's just sliding up from the 3rd fret to the 5th fret on the B and then catching the high E. And that's sliding from the 4th fret to the 2nd fret open. Like would be down here. So, practice up. Use the major with the major scales, major chords, minor pentatonic, minor chords, and just have fun, experiment. Add those kind of embellishments to your tunes. Add them as you're switching chords at the end of a bar. You can throw them in the middle as well. But, use that as just like a little thing to grab the ear, not to take the ear away from what the melody of the singer is singing. So just try some of that stuff when you're playing and check it out. All right, catch you next time. Guitar Jams. Check for the goodies down there. See ya.